Good day, Reliquarians, and welcome back to the Guitar Reliquary. On today's episode, I am sharing my Paul Reed Smith McCarty model. So this is a 2022 model that I picked up a couple weeks ago. It was used when I picked it up. I got a good price on it. I had seen the John McLaughlin private stock video, and that really set me afire for a Paul Reed Smith. But I'm not in a position to shell out $15,000 for the John McLaughlin one. So I said, well, let's see what I can find used for a good price. And Chicago Music Exchange had this. It's a non-10 top model, but it's virtually immaculate. Whoever owned it before definitely babied it and did not play it a lot. There's just a few little tiny indentations along the edge, but other than that, all the scratches and marks that are on it are ones that I put on it. Not to mention, it came with the case, and actually the previous owner left his nice leather Paul Reed Smith guitar strap with strap locks, so I didn't even have to buy a strap or strap locks for it. It came all set up for me. So, this guitar is a really impressive Paul Reed Smith. During the demo, which I've interspersed throughout the talking in this one to try something different, you'll hear that it has a ton of sustain. I just am blown away by how much sustain it has. It sustains easily on par with my custom shop Les Pauls that are behind me. So let's go through the features of this guitar like we normally do. Maybe I'll crack a few jokes in there. Let's have a McCarty party. All right. So this guitar starts off with a one-piece mahogany back, which actually has a beautiful grain to it. It's been grain filled. You can't really see it all that well because the finish is quite dark, but I'll see if I can get some video for you. That one-piece mahogany back is joined to a flame maple cap. So the flame maple cap, I want to say is, well, actually, let's measure it. The flame maple cap is on the sides about 1/4 of an inch, which is quite nice, actually. Towards the center, I assume that goes closer to, 3/4 of an inch. That's what I'm eyeballing here. So it's a generously apportioned maple top. It is finished in the Fire Red Burst, so it's actually a custom color because Fire Red Burst is not new, but the sides do not show the binding, so it's a paint over binding, so it's actually a Fire Red Burst wrap per the PRS parlance. It has the body joined to a one-piece mahogany neck, which is, again, very nicely figured. It is the pattern carve, so it's the old wide fat neck carve, which I love. The fatter the neck, the better I like it. And that's joined to an Indian rosewood fretboard with what I would consider to be medium jumbo frets. So I measured these, and these are about the same size as an older style Gibson Les Paul, not the real short medium jumbos that are on the new Gibson Les Pauls. So as far as the body, it's pretty simplistic. It has the one-piece aluminum tailpiece that's a proprietary design from Paul Reed Smith, and below the aluminum are little brass inserts that the strings ride over, and that's supposed to increase your sustain and your attack. It has the 5815 LT pickups, so the treble and bass pickups. The 5815 LT is PRS names their pickups based on the year that they're emulating, so 58, 1958. 15 is the year that they were developed, 2015, and then LT is low turn, so they're underwound, sort of like a Lawler pickup would be. These two humbuckers are wired to a single volume, a single tone, and a three-way switch. The three-way switch, up, neck, middle, these two, down, just the bridge. And then it actually coil taps on the tone control. So I worked through all 6 of the different tones, or configurations, I shouldn't say all 6 tones, because you can make all the different tones with your amp or your modeler, but I worked through all 6 of the settings on the guitar in the demos, and like I said, you'll be seeing those and hearing those. The scale length is a 25-inch scale, so it's between the Fender and Gibson scales, which is characteristic of many Paul Reed Smith models. With the exception of the 245s and the 594s, which have a 24.5 or 24.594 scale length. And then the Mark Holcomb models and the Tremonti Baritones were 25.5-inch scale lengths. So this is a 25, it's right in between. It has the old school abalone bird inlays that are quite beautiful. They have a lot of movement to them. The headstock has a bone nut, so this is different from previous year's models where it was a PRS proprietary nut material that was supposed to have increased lubricity. This one is definitely bone. I can see the bone aspects of it just looking at it. Has the vintage style locking Paul Reed Smith tuners, so they're supposed to emulate what the old style tuners looked like on Gibsons and other vintage instruments with the Keystone tuning buttons, and then they do lock at the top just like the other Paul Reed Smith guitars. Has rosewood head cap with the inlaid signature. It's not a wood library, so that's just inlaid in what I think is white plastic or perhaps some sort of acrylic. Truss rod cover for a two-way truss rod in the neck, which I love. Two-way truss rods are far superior to one-way truss rods, if you ask me. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole deal with the guitar. Really, really beautiful to look at and also to play. And since 2020-ish, I might be wrong on that, they've been using nitrocellulose finishes. So this has the nitrocellulose finish. And I can already tell if I'm wearing the wrong kind of shirt, it leaves like a little bit of gunk on the finish because the chemicals in the shirt pressing can interact with the nitrocellulose. Fortunately, I have 1,000 different guitar cleaning products for that. So, yeah, it's phenomenal guitar. Hope you enjoy the demos and the tones that are interspersed throughout. I really like it, and I see it as one that will stay a while. So one of the reasons that I wanted this guitar, in addition to John McLaughlin's private stock, is Opeth. So I'm a big Opeth fan. I posted the short a couple weeks ago singing the Opeth song. I've noticed Mikhail has been playing a Stoptail McCarty, though his might have adjustable saddles, I don't remember, for a while now in Opeth, especially for when they do the like down tune stuff, the Sorceress and other stuff that's in the like double drop A or whatever tuning that they use for that. And you know, it just makes it a cool metal guitar to be able to down tune the low string and still have it work. So that's part of the reason I wanted it as well. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't liked and subscribed, why not? And I hope to see you next time.